Hello, my people. Welcome to WWE Talk number 2. And this is talking about the Money in the Bank match itself. I went over it a little who I think is going to win. It's either going to be Dean Ambrose, Sami Zayn, or Cesaro. That's who I think is going to win. Those are the those are the three people I think is going to win because think about it. Those are the best options. Dean Ambrose can start a rivalry with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins because think about it. Roman Reigns could lose the match. Roman Reigns loses the match. Seth Rollins gets the championship. But then Roman Reigns has a rematch. I think they still do that rematch clause. Roman Reigns has his rematch. But then Dean Ambrose comes in, beats Seth Rollins after that great match. And then Seth Rollins has his rematch. So then that sets up a huge triple threat feud for WWE. And then Sami Zayn and Cesaro, Sami Zayn and Cesaro are the only people who have been given this huge push, and if it just dies out, that wouldn't make any sense. I would think they would continue it, because Sami Zayn's had a good run, Cesaro's had a good run, especially when Shane McMahon came back and put him in the match for the Fatal 4-Way for the number 1 contenders match. That was a huge moment. The whole crowd went crazy, because everybody wanted that. Everyone wanted Cesaro to get that shot and win. Then when he lost, and AJ Styles won, it was just like, they expected it. They expected WWE to just get your hopes up and lose. But then when he got in the Money in the Bank match, then that's like, oh, they're giving him another push. So they're not gonna just they're thinking of him as a big contender now. They're thinking of him a big contender now. They're not thinking of him as like some little guy, like I don't know, like a John Morrison or something. They're not thinking of him as like that. Someone they can just like throw in and he's really good, and then they just like throw him out. They're thinking of him as a big player in the WWE scene, and that's great because he's a great wrestler and he has a good what's he called? He has a good persona. He's a face, which is amazing. And but so it would be if Cesaro won, Roman Reigns would have to win because they need to keep that face heel. Because if it's face versus face, that wouldn't make any sense. So they need to keep the they would need Roman Reigns to. If Cesaro wins the Money in the Bank, then you know Roman Reigns is gonna win the WWE Championship. And if Sami Zayn wins, Roman Reigns is gonna win because they need that face heel. Well, he's like the middle. Roman Reigns is like the middle, but he's more bad now than good. So it's like they're building him up to be that middle guy when really he's just like all heel right now. Like he's selfish and he's very like just cruel to the other people in the like matches he faces. So I think of him as a heel. Like he's supposed to be in the middle, but he's like a heel. So if Sami Zayn or Cesaro wins, then it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a Roman Reigns who wins the WWE Championship. So the match itself, I think it's gonna be a great match, no doubt about that. There's so many great wrestlers in there. Sami Zayn, who's a high flyer and great. Alberto Del Rio, which has been the World Heavyweight Champion. He was the World Heavyweight Champion for a reason. He was a good wrestler. Chris Jericho, who's always amazing, face or heel. I think he's been more heel than face, but either way, he's amazing wrestler, amazing talker too. He's like Rock V2, Rock version 2, because he's a great talker and a great wrestler. Like when PG era came though, like once the PG era came, he couldn't really talk as much as he used to because he can't, because like stupid idiotville, really. Like, well, Cesaro said that, but you're a stupid idiot. Like, he wouldn't say that if it was like, he would just say something like a cuss word instead of just, he would curse instead of saying stupid idiot. You stupid idiot. Like, that just makes no sense. If, once this new era, like, really gets going, I think Chris Jericho had better things to say than stupid idiot. Because that's just stupid. He's an idiot. It's just, yeah. So if Sami Zayn wins, then it's gonna be. I hope Sami Zayn wins actually, because Sami Zayn has had this huge push, and it would be great if he won. And oh, it would be great if he won. And also, Cesaro's had his cool huge push. It'd be great if he won. A lot of people are saying Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owens has already had his time. Like, yeah, he can still become a main contender. Like, look at Randy Orton. He comes back every now and then. Well, it's not gonna be like Randy Orton, but look at John Cena. Kevin Owens can be like, not like John Cena, because John Cena is terrible, but he can be like in his actions. Like John Cena does huge feuds like this AJ Styles versus John Cena one, then comes back, is still a contender for the championship. He can do that. Cause think about all the great feuds that Kevin Owens can set up. He can feud with Alberto Del Rio because they've been setting that up for a while when they put him in the tag match and they feuded, and just like he can feud with Chris Jericho. I would love a pop-up powerbomb reversal into a code breaker. Just imagine that, like he goes up and then just Chris Jericho grabs his head and just code breakers him out of the pop-up powerbomb. That would be amazing if that happened. Like think about it. That would just be great. So I'm thinking that's what's gonna happen. I think that Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens are gonna feud, or Alberto Del Rio, but Sami Zayn, Cesaro, or Dean Ambrose are gonna win because that's a great match. Those set up great matches between Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns and Cesaro, Seth Rollins and Cesaro, Seth Rollins and um Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. Those three superstars are the best bet for great views. And that's what WWE is all about. They're all about, well, they're not all about the fans. They don't care about the fans, but they're all about getting views. And they know that if they put a terrible thing like Alberto Del Rio winning, then everyone's going to hate it. Everyone can stand like some of the other people winning. Like I can imagine Chris Jericho winning because he's always a great wrestler, but I can't really imagine Alberto Del Rio winning, because if Alberto Del Rio wins, then and he becomes a two-time Money in the Bank winner, then that's just like, everybody's gonna hate that. Like, no one likes that. No one wants that. And WWE is not all about the fans, but they're all about getting views. And no one will watch a feud between Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins and Alberto Del Rio. That's just old. That's just old. Alberto Del Rio's run his time, been a world heavyweight champion. He's been great, but he doesn't need Money in the Bank. They need to set up new superstars like Seth Rollins. They need to set up new superstars like Cesaro, Sami Zayn, and Dean Ambrose to have championships. Dean Ambrose has had a championship, but they need to set him up because he got screwed out of the championship last time. No doubt about that. He got screwed. But if they set him up to have a new championship, to actually get the championship this time, after cashing in Money in the Bank, that makes him a great superstar. Like, and I hope they don't do. And I'm glad they have all these people, because all these people in this match aren't people like John Cena who will be like, oh, he becomes the first person to lose Money in the Bank after telling Big Show that when he's gonna cash it in. Like, that's just stupid. All these superstars would actually take advantage of that. Like, I think Sami Zayn might do a good heel turn, but not a full heel turn. Like, he might, like, snap a little, because after all this jabbing Kevin Owens has been doing at him, if Sami Zayn finally snaps, that would be great. That would be great for views, and people will still love Sami Zayn, like a lovable heel, like Seth Rollins. People will love that. People love a heel, but a heel that deserves to be a face. That is a strong face. That's what I'm trying to say. A strong face. Like, if Sami Zayn became a strong face like that, that would be great. Like, people would love that. Like, he would be feared. Not feared. He would be respected, but he also wouldn't, like, be like John Cena. No one wants John Cena. That's what they're building up Roman Reigns to be. The next John Cena. Except with a little extra. And no one wants that. No one wants another John Cena. So it would be great if Sami Zayn won, Cesaro, or Dean Ambrose won. And I'm thinking that if the other people won, I'll set up that situation while the match is going. If the other people won, Chris Jericho won, then I think Seth Rollins will win, because Seth Rollins is the high flyer, and they can pull up and I know Chris Jericho could pull off a pop-up powerbomb. I think Chris Jericho can pull off a bunch of high-flying moves, like into a code breaker, and Seth Rollins can pull that off too. Alberto Del Rio, if he wins, that super kick that he does, that roll-up super kick, I'm thinking that Seth Rollins is going to do his roll-up super kick, but then Alberto Del Rio might reverse it and then into his super kick and win if he wins the championship. And uh, Kevin Owens, yeah, he would be great. It would be a great story, but I don't think it would push anybody up. And that's what they need to do. They need to push other. The Money in the Bank match is meant to push other people to the top. Superstars. Edge. Edge was a great superstar, and when he won the Money in the Bank, he became the ultimate opportunist. That's when he really started going. Once he got that championship. So they need to push good superstars towards the top. Good superstars. All the superstars in Money in the Bank are good superstars. But they need to put good new superstars like Cesaro. When superstars that have never had a championship before. Cesaro, Dean Ambrose, Sami Zayn. They need to push one of those three towards the top. Make great storyline. Because if they mess up this storyline, it's messed up. These superstars are going to die out. But if they get it right, then that would be amazing. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, leave a like, comment, comment, subscribe if you're new, and stay frosty. Follow me on my Twitter down below, and peace.